Chapter 6. Girl with Wild Flowers. With the arrival of Schoenmaker's apprentice, Iris becomes, if not happier, at least less self-conscious, because Caspar doesn't seem to notice her sorry looks. To be sure, Iris knows that she's not the insult to the human form that huge Ruth with her withered arm and spilling spit can seem, but Iris also knows that she's not a proof of a divine presence in a corrupt world. The best she has been able to wish for, most of her days, is to be unnoticeable. Every morning the master draws Iris, and then he begins to paint her. Quick studies that he won't allow her to see. He incorporates any meadow flowers that Ruth brings. "What does the form or the colour matter?" he mumbles, "when what is required is the freshness of the blossom." He shifts onto larger canvases. When he has a form he admires, he begins to work more slowly, thinning his colours with oil so as to keep them wet and malleable days at a time. Every afternoon when the light changes, though, he can sense it to the instant by some canniness that Iris can't fathom. He throws down his brushes and sends Iris from the room. Sometimes Caspar hangs about in the shadows of the studio. From him, Iris picks up the habit of watching how the master works. How he pets a surface with the softest of splayed-bristled brushes. "A blush to emphasize the reflected light," he murmurs. Iris can't see. She's not allowed to look at the image. But Caspar sucks in his breath and says, "That shrill yellow jagged line, a bold inaccuracy, but so revealing." The master grimaces, but Iris can tell he's pleased. Though it embarrasses Iris to think about it, from a corner Caspar occasionally attempts drawings of her too. He hides his work from Iris and the master. One morning the master has had enough of this coyness. "How am I to teach you if I can't see your errors?" the master grouses. Caspar replies, "You teach me through your own errors." "And what errors might they be?" The tone is so ominous that Iris breaks her pose to lean and see the master's scowl. "In the studio you've painted God and his companions," says Caspar, "and in the next room you've portrayed the degenerate. Your two obsessions. So what you hope to accomplish by, this once, painting in the middle of the moral spectrum—" He nods at Iris, and at the canvas Iris can't look at. "I admire your self-denial, your sacrifice to forsake your grand subjects for the mundane." He's needling the master, though Iris hasn't the wit to work out how. The master says, "God preserve me. The abuses I put up with from those who gobble at my own table and warm their backsides at my own hearth." He snatches a stout cloak from a peg. "I'm locked here with curs and idiots," he says, "while the babble of children and a foolish housewife poisons the air. Get out of my way." He leaves the house for the first time since the Fishers have arrived. Margaretta, hearing some of this from the kitchen, goes to the door and watches him stride down the lane. He isn't an old man. He walks briskly and with purpose, striking his blackthorn staff against the cobbles. Dogs retreat, children stand still, and the women of the lane mutely nod greetings, showing pious disapproval. "Oh, Caspar," says Margaretta, "we will all be thrown out on our heads, and then what?" "Nonsense," says Caspar cheerily. "He doesn't walk enough. He gets bad-humoured. He'll be better when he gets back. This is part of my job, don't you see? I have to annoy him enough to keep him involved with the world. Otherwise he would latch the shutters and hide inside his paintings and never emerge. It's a steady trial for him, this habit of black spirits and black bile, and retreating from the world because of it. Does he request this of you? Says Margaretta. What he requests and what he needs are often separate things, says Caspar. Who assigned you to decide the difference? Love assigned me, says Caspar, surprised at the question. You're a mother. You know what love requires on behalf of your family. Margaretta says pompously, obedience and silence. Caspar says, charity and a cudgel about the shoulders from time to time. The master being gone, Margaretta allows herself to sit in the sun on the stoop next to Iris. Iris is given a bowl of late summer peas to shell. Margaretta rinses lentils. Ruth brings her toy. She squats in the ungainly position taken by small children at play, or by folks relieving their bowels in a ditch. Caspar says to Iris, well, he won't be back for hours. He's gone off to see his betters, his cronies. He has no friends but us, I thought, says Iris. He could have a wide circle of friends if he paid them as much attention as he pays his paintings, says Caspar knowingly. He likes to publish his opinions. Schoenmaker is thought of fondly by the best artists of the city, but he keeps apart, ashamed that his work is less well regarded than theirs. Tell me, says Iris, brave to approach a subject now that the master is away. Tell me, is there a changeling child in Harlem? Gossip is stronger than gospel sometimes, says Caspar. They say there is. Clara, the daughter of the man who has commissioned the master's current work. Clara, says Iris. That's the name of the child who gave Ruth the small windmill. She's no changeling. Don't ask me for the truth, for cats lie in the sun and dogs lie in the shade, and I lie whenever and wherever I can get away with it. He grins saucily. She's a hidden child to Harlem's prying eyes, so few can prove it or deny it. But the rumour mongers would have it so. And the master would swear it in court if it would get him a decent commission. You talk with too much freedom of your master's concerns, says Margaretta stiffly. Caspar laughs. I'm serious, she goes on. You're a servant here, as we are. What licence allows you to squawk such an opinion against him? Youth, says Caspar, pointing a finger at himself. Margaretta purses her lips. Youth is a liability to be outgrown as quickly as possible. They are a match for each other, Caspar and Margaretta. Iris is amazed. Come, says Caspar. He leaps up and tugs Iris's hand. Do you want to see the paintings he has done of you? I forbid it, cries Margaretta. Oh, what's the harm, says Caspar.